Hello and welcome to the homestead. Today we're going to be taking this pancake mix and putting in 5-gallon buckets for long-term storage. The reason we're doing pancake mix is we want a variety of flours and rice, beans, but a variety of everything in every category. So in the grain category, some people just store grains. We store noodles, we're going to store pancake mix, white flour, and eventually we do plan on storing wheat berries. And we just got a hand grinder. We just got to figure out how it works, and then we do plan on adding that to the storage. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do is, this is a 5-gallon bucket. We got it from we get them, all of our 5-gallon buckets from the Chinese restaurant. And then we got a 5-gallon Mylar bag in here. You just make sure you press it all the way into the corners. It's pretty simple. And then open the bag here. And just dump the first bag in. What I usually do is dump like half of the first bag of whatever I'm putting in. I want to put just some in the bottom. Try to spill it like I did. And then I shake the bag up and down, and that helps push everything down in the corners. Then I just use my fist to go around and push it into the corners. I get flour everywhere when I do this. That's why I usually do it outside. Alright, we got our first bag in there. Now we want to take diatomaceous earth, which is crushed up oyster shells, like turned into a powder. This stuff's really light and fine, so make sure you keep that zipped. It will go everywhere. But yeah, this is just basically just like baby powder. And what it does is that if there's any insect eggs or anything like that, the insects hatch inside the flour, which there almost always is insect eggs in flour products and, well, any dry goods. The insects will crawl around on this stuff, and while it's a light fine powder for us, to an insect it's like razor sharp, and it gets inside their exoskeletons and slices them up, and then it's dry, so it sucks all the juices out of them, and they die when they're too small to see, so you don't notice them in there. So I usually put not that much. I usually put half a cup in here at a time per bag, and then mix it up with my hand. So we're just going to do that for the rest of the bags. So you got to have a little bit of space on the top of the bucket for the bag to sit down past the lid. So once you think it's close to full, just wad it up, see how well it fits. Pour a little bit more in there. There we go. Looks like it takes a little less than 3 bags of this stuff to fill a 5-gallon bucket. Now these are zipper bags. We don't want to use the zipper. What we want to do is seal it. And it gets kind of warm. So I usually go with the Michael Jackson thing and have one glove. And to seal it, we just use a straightening iron. A little pro tip: don't use your wife's straightening iron. It may not hurt the straightening iron, but if she finds out about it, she might hurt you. So, little safety tip there. So I just pinch about a hand width. This is a lot easier with 2 people, by the way. But I usually grab about a hand's width there, and I seal it in one spot. Then I try to line up the edges as I go. and just seal it in spots. That way I don't get any wrinkles in the seal this way. And then you can just seal the whole thing down. Leave one end open at first. And instead of just trying to slide it, that usually doesn't work very well. Just do it in small little pinches. You can also do it this way from the side too, and get a big chunk of it at once. So we usually, for this one, we found that 338 degrees works well. We just leave this in our box of stuff we're storing, so it just stays at that temperature. So the next thing we're going to do is take these oxygen absorbers. I knocked that ant off. Really, you need one of these. Should do a 5-gallon bucket, but I usually throw 2 in. Well, there's a whole bunch in here. There's more than I thought in this package, so we're going to throw half a package in there. Now those oxygen absorbers will absorb all the oxygen out of the bag and act like a vacuum seal. Plus, there's no oxygen in there. So if there are any critters, bugs, or anything that survive in here, there won't be any oxygen, so they'll die quickly. These leftover ones, just take and seal them up. Alright, now we gotta take this last little bit we had, leftover part of the bag we have, where we threw those in. Seal that. Now always go through again here, double check the seal, make sure we got a good seal on it. And then, when I squished it down, I could hear a little bit of a leak. Still got a slight leak somewhere. Just keep sealing it until you get it. Usually seals up nicer and quicker than this. Next step is to seal the lid on there. Now you want to make sure you get it good and tight, so we use this 2-pound hammer. And we affectionately call it the road hammer because that's where I found it. You just go around, make sure you're really tight and well sealed. This is another barrier to keep critters out. Mostly this, the bucket and the seal helps with rodents. So I always label the top and the side, and then to help make sure that label lasts, put a piece of packing tape over it. Now all we gotta do, put this down on the shelving in the crawl space and add it to the inventory. Thanks for watching, and remember, we prepare today so we can prosper tomorrow.